let's tweak our workflow from last week to make it dynamic. So first of all, I'm going to create a parameter. So go to the create parameter menu here and create a parameter. I'll call it select a number. And I will change this data type to be a whole number. We only want people to be able to select whole numbers here. And I'll say allow all values. Remember, if you're going to be publishing this to a Tableau server, then your server admin may not have all as an allowable value, so you may have to do a list and type out the numbers instead. But for now, we'll do that. I'm going to change the current value to be 10 instead. Okay, so I'll click OK here. Nothing's changed at the moment because our data isn't interacting with the parameter in any way. So I'm going to add in a new clean step after my view and before my new rows. And in this clean step, I'm going to filter out the 9 here. So I'm going to click on the 9 value and say exclude. Then I'm going to create a calculated field that links to the parameter. So I'm just going to call this parameter. And I'm just going to call this select a number, which is the name of my parameter there. So it's purple, we know that's our parameter value. So I save that, and now that's the number 10. If I change this now to be 7, for example, then that is going to update here as well. But now I have the numbers in 2 different fields rather than 2 different rows. So I need to tweak my data set, pivot it so that I have them back in one column again. So I'm going to add in a pivot step between this clean one and this new rows. So do a pivot step here and just add in both fields, so numbers and parameter there. And what I want to do is I want to remove this pivot one names field and rename this pivot one values now to be numbers so that it's named the same as it was in the view step. And now our workflow can work in the same way that it did for the previous challenge. So I've got the numbers 1 to 7 working here. Our pivot still isn't working in this workflow as a bug. So all I need to do now is run this output, run the workflow, and then go to my part 2 of the workflow and just replace the input with this new output so that the workflow can link together and create the output. So hopefully you enjoyed the challenge of making that dynamic, and thanks very much for watching.